Okay, are we back?
Yes, we're back.
All right, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Dave and Joe Liberty Stand. We're continuing our conversation on the topic of abortion. And I know through the break we had a couple comments. So over here, what were your thoughts?
Hey.
Oh, who are you? Are you Dave?
All right, this is part 2, just so you know, and hopefully Joe will put them in order, like I have to keep telling her to do. I want to say right now it's going to piss a lot of people off, but hey, that's what I do. The federal government has absolutely no business in Planned Parenthood or any reproductive or any business at all. Okay, they do not. I'm a strong constitutionalist, and I don't think well, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? I don't know. But if we actually had a free market where the government didn't have their fingers in everything, it would work itself out. That's called the free market. That's what you do. We need to get the hell out of that and let things shake it out for themselves. Everybody yell at me. Now, let's hear it.
Well,
I
go
knew
ahead.
it.
Sally,
Get him!
So, back to what I was saying about Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood actually helped me when I had no insurance and I got birth control because, fortunately, I have problems with my reproductive system. Therefore, guess what? I don't support abortion, but I
Right.
support Planned Parenthood helping me with birth control.
Okay, here's my point, okay? You don't just yank it. It's got to be anything we've got in concrete right now. Obviously, you can't just take it away. Be like, okay, well, you don't have to be in Social Security if you don't want to anymore. You got to phase things out, okay? You can't just leave people high and dry because we've done this to ourselves. But you got to get it out of there. So, because if the government wasn't in it to begin with, there would be something affordable for you. The market takes care of that. There would be something there, but none of us here are old enough to remember what it was like when that wasn't. And now with technology and knowing things, we can actually. We don't need the government. The government only screws things up and makes it more expensive. And we just, okay, do you want this organization or that? And most people don't have anything to do with it, but you still got to pay for it.
Right.
I'm not for helping young ladies and stuff, or middle-aged ladies, whatever. I'm sure you're a young lady, but anyway, the federal government has no business in it.
well, and I guess
And if anybody doesn't have a constitution, I brought the rest of mine that I have, so I'll pass them out.
Would you like to pay for birth control out of your
I have.
pocket?
I have.
Oh, you pay for birth control out of your pocket?
Yes.
Taxes. It was taxes. Because it's
No.
Cause
That's a good point, but that's not what I meant.
Yeah, sorry. Because it's really expensive if you don't have insurance.
I'm aware. Trust me.
well, I don't know.
And it doesn't matter. Everything expensive the federal government's supposed to pay for. Is that your point?
No, have you personally paid for
What about
it?
food? Everybody needs food. Should we? I guess we do that too, but we shouldn't. That's what churches are for. That's what family and friends are for. The government should not be in it at all, because otherwise you just have people paying for people that will take other people's money and give it to them.
So you're saying you prefer a Darwinistic thought process, survival?
That's not it at all.
It has to be.
No, it's not.
If everybody's going
You
to
gotta-
take care of themselves.
Oh,
we need you.
Come over
Further.
here. I really
Closer.
We need to hear what you're
Yeah.
Constitutionalism versus Darwinism, you've got two different things you're talking here. So if you're going to take the Darwinistic theory that things will take care of themselves, that's survival of the fittest. That's what that is.
saying. In a free, caring Christian country.
Okay, hypothetically, I'm atheist.
Okay.
I don't believe in your
But it
God.
doesn't
It's
matter.
still survival
Somebody
of the
will.
fittest.
You know what? If you have hard times, there are many places you can go and you get the help you need.
But as what you're saying, things will take care of themselves. That is survival of the fittest.
Did I say that? Did I say things will take care of themselves? I think I said capitalism, the free market.
The free market, things will take care of themselves. The federal government's not involved.
And I said ease
Okay.
out of it, right? I didn't say, hey,
And-
today
and
everybody's
going back to
screwed.
what you're speaking of, in a baseline sense, if I take this extra federal funding away, it becomes survival of the fittest.
No, because
Well,
hang on, I'll get to you.
That's what I'm trying to clarify.
Okay, I'm going to go back like I said, I'm a constitutional guy, so I'm going to go with Ben Franklin, who actually was one of the most generous guys ever.
Agreed.
And he said that a problem would be letting people be too comfortable in their poverty. And that means you've got to make them. You know what? If you don't know where you're going to eat today, you're not just going to lay in bed and go, well, I don't really feel like doing anything today. You're going to want to feel like doing something to have money to eat or to.
Poverty is the only thing that nobody wants to take. I live there. I live there every day. If you want my poverty, you can have it. Okay, so that's
People
what I'm
get
saying.
comfortable when you divvy out free. I mean, especially stuff like sex, like abortion stuff. I mean, we're getting way off the abortion topic.
Not really. We're
Take
because
three.
But we're talking about recreation. When we're talking about somebody's pleasurable sex or what, or recreational sex, that we're way off of the beaten path here. I mean, for you to have fun, the government has to pay for you to have the right to do that.
the funding that you're talking about, okay, we're going back to what the young lady said about women's health. Okay, if I'm in a state of poverty and she's in a state of poverty and her and I would like to maybe start a family, okay, we're stuck in this state of poverty, so we have two choices here.
And you
can
think
continue
you'd be-
living off your funding.
And you think you'd be in less poverty if you added somebody else to
And that's
take
what
care
and
of.
that's the problem we have.
No, that
That's
just
the
means it's a
problem with the
continual
funding.
thing where that's
If
why
things are going to take
that's
care of
why
themselves, now
the
her and I
people-
are starving,
the
and we
people that
brought a
are-
baby into the world that's starving as well.
the people that are on
don't want a baby.
the government dole, it's a generational thing because it's been going on for so long. They grow up in a house like that and they just repeat it because that's what they see. That's what they know. I'm not saying yank that stuff away. I'm saying we gradually say, look, man, you got it. Next year, you're only going to get this. And the next year, you're only going to get this. So you better, in the meantime,
basically like a trickle down theory.
so you want to
tapering
call it
theory.
that.
Well, it's encouraging someone to use
It's
the
somebody
gifts
in
that
their
they
head
have,
knowing
like to
I've only got
do the
so
work
long.
and things like that. The problem is, we're going way off the topic.
You
of
want to say
abortion,
something?
yeah.
Wait, hang on. everybody.
There's some that I kind of have to offset something like you're saying, hey, let's go back to the Constitution. They don't need our funding. You're like, wait a minute, that's Darwin, survival of the fittest. I remember seeing a commercial the other day. It's been maybe months ago from the Catholic Church. Even if you're not Catholic, they said the message: you need this, 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 and this. We'll help you. Come see us. You don't have to be part of our church. What he was saying, there's other programs besides Planned Parenthood to get help. Birth control. If you're doing like your fun sex, as you say,
Right. What
you don't deserve birth control from
No.
Planned Parenthood. Get a job, go buy your own. If you have medical issues, like the young lady said, there should be other programs.
And there
besides-
are.
There are.
Yes,
I mean,
right.
we have
They
rigs,
should
we
be shut
have
down.
Matrix,
Yeah.
Matrix,
Not a big one.
Yeah.
Well,
Matrix.
But they should be
In light of
shut
what you're
down,
saying.
reconstructed with a better, I guess, overlook of
But here's
who's
the
in their
problem
hand
with
in
what
it.
you're saying.
Yeah.
And this is society issue.
Yes.
Is
Like he
I
said.
am
But
I
Planned
am
Parenthood is created for women who
Okay.
don't have
What-
health insurance.
Federally funded agency is there for men with medical issues, with reproductive that have trouble, that want to get tested for their sperm count to see if they can start families.
Planned Parenthood.
Okay, then how come it's all about women's health and they don't say anything about helping men? Why is it always the focus on women? That's sexist. A lot of people are fighting now for the women's rights. Well, what about giving us our equal rights too? In my mind, I think
typical
women have
of
some.
a white heterosexual.
Yeah, that was my thing.
Well, being a white heterosexual
But I mean-
male, okay, her and I choose, this is what we've chosen as our recreational sex. If she chooses to have an abortion, what control or say do I have?
Quite
That
popular
was one of my
tonight.
points I was going to bring up. I
It's still, and this goes back to the question I posed earlier. What right as men do we have to
Yes,
that
impose
was the
what they
big
can
one I
and
wanted
can't
to
do
bring up.
on their body? Because her and I may be madly in love, but if she chooses to have an abortion, I have zero
Nope, none.
say in it.
And I think that should be wrong.
Well,
Well,
the
If
thing
they
maybe
is,
you
two go
can get aborted,
together and have sex
apparently.
and they're both consensual, then the abortion should have to be approved by both parties. If
Agreed.
not, it goes to term, the lady can sign her rights over it, the man will raise the baby.
Or
Yeah, there's
she-
like
they
a
actually,
proper adoption.
they actually
Are
don't
those.
do men things. They tell them to go somewhere else when it comes to Planned Parenthood. My biggest problem is with this group, with Planned Parenthood, when they can turn around and, like you're talking about with the funding, why can't they turn around and go and donate millions of dollars to Hillary Clinton's thing and take that money away from what maybe they're supposed to be doing for women and everything like that? So they're getting wrapped up in that
Yeah.
whole political.
should
They
be
turn
doing
around
that,
and was
you're right.
several $1 million donated to the election.
Also,
So to me, that's like, you
And
know,
that
you're
was
taking,
our money to begin with.
yeah, because government doesn't make money. Where do they get it? All from us. And it all comes from us with your taxes. You work, you pay taxes. That's where the government gets it. And that money's turning around and it's actually being funneled through the government to Planned Parenthood. I have a problem with Planned Parenthood and the upper, if they had stuck with what they were to do, to be there for women, to take care of women. But you can't separate with this group from the bad that they have
Right.
and the good that they have. To try to separate that, so you've got to stop that program, but make sure that you've got something, because people in this world are going to kill. People are
There's
going.
always
I've got to become. Yeah, let me choose to help somebody, because my money is going to go a lot further when I give to somebody to help them out what they need, not what they want, but what they need. And if I turn around and I give my money and it's going through the government, we know how well the government works.
Right.
So they're not going to spend it, but they're going to spend it in a direction that's.
All right, hey everybody,
Yeah.
we've got to wind this up. We'll do part 3.
Yeah.
This
don't
obviously
hold
lots
that.
of people have a lot to say about this, but I want to do these
Okay.
in chunks so people don't, bail out. Like
We'll see you soon.